Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast.
Hello, hello.
So, today's affirmation is the seasons change, but my commitment to myself remains steady.
Yeah, I think this is quite an apt one for the season coming in, or the season that is now. The 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Well, it's not 4 o'clock dark, but I mean the weather's been a bit grey, hasn't it? I don't know if it has in Kent. I assume it has been
it has. It's just been the
dark.
same.
So,
Yeah, exactly. And it feels like it gets darker like 4:30 now. So, yeah.
mm. I mean, I pulled my curtain shut about 3:30 yesterday and put my candles on.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, it's not quite light enough to be sat in my room doing my work, and I need the light on. But then if I have my curtains open, everyone can see in my room. So, it's like, oh, he's gonna shut the curtains. I'm like, oh, I feel like it's really late. And then I looked at the time, I was like, it's not even that late.
I know. It makes the days feel so much shorter, doesn't it? With the light going. And I always get really like just every year I just dread it. It's like it never gets easier. Every year we all moan about it, don't we? We're like, oh, getting dark, it's getting cold. It's like that's what happens, but we just still continue to moan about it.
Yeah, and we have to wait until like April or May for it to start getting lighter again. And it's like, oh God, finally. Like the only nice thing about it is like the Christmas season and you feel cozy and like, oh, you can like wear jumpers and big baggy clothes and just feel really nice. And obviously you're not sweaty and all of that stuff. But at the same time, oh, I mean, you know me and everyone else does. I'm just 20 degrees and above, please. No dark, sunlight, like happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always complain, don't we? Like, and like you say, we do it every year. Yeah, everyone knows it's coming. Yeah, it's still like, oh God, it's dark and it's only 4:30. Like, I wake up in the dark and I go to work in the dark and I come home in the dark. And
Yeah, we're just like a broken record, aren't we, really?
we are, but the weather is so influential on like how we feel. So, like,
Mm,
I get it. Like, in the summer, you may get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, like, and go out for a walk because it's like bright, sunny, you're hot, like potentially. Or you have dogs and you don't want to like take them out at midday, so you have to get up before and you've like, oh, I've done like 10,000 steps before I've even started my day. And like again, then in the evenings, you're like, okay, it's cooled down now. The dog might want to go out again, walking in the evenings just because it's nice and you want to be outside and doing stuff. Whereas like in the winter, it's like, I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. It's dark, it's cold, it's wet. Absolutely not. Like I'll wait until lunchtime to walk the dog. And then like evening walk, if he's lucky, like, but then I'm like, nah, it's dark now, should be in bed. So I don't necessarily always go out in the evening. So my steps go from like 20, 25,000 steps a day to like 13, 15, maybe 20 if I've got football. But that's if I was just doing it on what I was walking, like it changes so much.
mm. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, it's crazy. And a lot of the clients that I work with are actually Australian. So they're like the other way. So it's really funny because at the moment they're all going into summer and they're like, it's so nice. The weather's it's lighter now. I can go out for a walk like after work and I can get my steps up. It's exactly what you're saying. But obviously, it's just like, yeah, they're all going reaping the benefits of it, whereas we're going the other way. Um, but yeah, I definitely think it makes an impact on people's motivation, how much they do, all of that stuff. Like not in a horrible way, but we kind of do use it as an excuse. And it is a bit of an excuse because, especially being women, it's a whole other story. But like going out in the dark, you haven't got street lights. There's no street lights around where I live. I'm not going to go out walking on my own in the pitch black. Whereas I would go out walking, 6 p.m. in the daylight around here because it's fine. But yeah, it definitely does make an impact for sure.
Absolutely. I was just saying to my client about that because I was saying like things like that do impact women. Like I'm happy to walk around Portchester in the dark. It doesn't bother me. It's fine. But I said, but I guarantee you Emma will say something different when we get on the podcast because of where you live. And like you say, like it's dark, like you've got no street lamps. It's horrible when you've got no street lamps anyway. Like and you've got like foresty bits up near you and things like that. Like it's just a whole different ball game walking in the dark on your own. Like, and we shouldn't feel like that, but it's society and that's how you do feel, and a lot of clients will not go out past dark because
Mm.
they don't feel safe.
Yeah, yeah. And everything going on in the news and stuff, like, not that I really watch the news, but people go missing and all of that. There's no wonder we're scared to go out and do that. So
Mm,
yeah.
absolutely. Just finding things that you can do differently, isn't it? Like, I think like you have to work with the seasons rather than trying to work against them. And obviously what you're comfortable doing, because like I say, some people might be happy going out on a dark run because they might think, actually, no one can see me because it's dark. So I'll
Mm,
go out running now because some people have that view. Whereas others will be like, oh, I'm used to running all the time, but actually I don't want to go out because it is dark. What can you do instead? Like, is there some form of like, can you do yoga inside, like but workouts at home, or do you sign up to the gym in like if you're happy to go to the gym, do you sign up there for the winter months? Because that's what I was doing last year, the winter months where I didn't want to necessarily always run in the rain. I hate running on a treadmill, but I did do it. But I did more cardio classes to get my cardio in. I'd be like, right, from like November to February, I'd have a gym membership. And then because then it started getting lighter, April, May onwards until now, like I wouldn't have a gym membership because I'd be doing more outside.
mm, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's a good point, is actually thinking about, okay, so maybe it will be a little bit less than what you do in the summer, but what are some things that you can keep doing to make sure you're being consistent in some ways? Like maybe your cardio fitness might not be as good in this winter, but that's fine. Just doing something, like you say, the classes, or going on a bike for a bit at the gym or something like that. Um, or yeah, if you're not running on a treadmill, like you say, doing the classes, but just doing something so you're not letting it just be like, okay, it's winter now, I'm not going to do anything, and just let it all like drop off because, yeah.
You might have like a different goal for the winter. So you could be like, instead of going out for loads of runs, be like, right, I'll get a morning walk in, I'll get my steps in or whatever. But actually I'm gonna focus on doing yoga, more stretching, more things that your body might need that you don't prioritize when you can get out and about and you're always on the move.
Mm,
Our goals change and things change, so you could change your goals slightly because you're still then active and doing things, but like say you're then changing them to with the seasons to make you feel more motivated, I suppose, because like if you're not motivated to go out and run and then you're not doing anything, that's like, right, well, you're not doing anything now. So like keep the motivation up by still moving, but in a different way, and just
mm,
change your goals slightly.
yeah, yeah. And just know that's okay as well, because like I know for me, it's like, oh, sometimes if I think, oh, I can't go out running anymore, oh, what's the point? When actually there are things you can do to get your heart rate up and to keep your cardio going. But I can just relate to that feeling of like, well, if I can't do that, then what's the point in doing anything? Um, but yeah, and it's fine that like I was talking about last time, going through a different phase of training and doing less weight training and doing more of yoga and things like that. Like you don't have to be doing the same intense things or the same things all the time. You can grow and change and adapt. And yeah, I think change is scary for people, isn't it? But change is actually okay.
Mm, absolutely. And there's nothing saying that you can't go back to these things.
No, exactly, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you just need to, just sit down and think what you want. Like, I've gone through a phase of actually, I've prioritized yoga over weights at the moment. Like, and that's okay because eventually I'll want to do weights again. But at the moment, I'm not motivated enough to want to do them. So I'm like, I might do a little bit, but my priority is doing the yoga and my running at the moment. So that's what I've gone with.
Mm,
So you're always going to change. And then I'll probably, like, in a month's time, I'll be like, actually, I want to start getting my weights heavier again. So then I'll go back to that. And then I might switch and change on to something else. But there'll always be something. And like I said, like you with your running at the moment, you haven't been allowed to run because of your hip. It doesn't mean you're never going to run again because you
no.
will. You'll just prioritize something else at the moment to make your body feel good, and then you'll go on to that.
Mm, exactly. Exactly that.
So I think, working with the seasons and working with how you feel. Um, we have got a couple of questions. So someone has asked us, I struggle to get in fruit and veg. This is a good one for you. In the winter because it's cold and salads don't cut it. How can I increase my intake like I do in the summer?
So I would say probably like soups, stews, slow cooker meals, all of those things are probably your best friend in the winter, especially because it's cold. And so many people say to me like they want warming, comforting meals. So either buying, there's so many soups out there in the supermarkets now that are great. That have lots of veggies in. So either like buying one of those because we haven't always got time to be making soups from scratch. Totally get that. Or you can make one from scratch and just get loads of veggies that you got in the fridge. Put a vegetable stock or something in there. There's loads of recipes and stuff there online, but make a big batch of that, and then you could have that throughout the week or whenever you want to. Slow cookers, they're really great. Just yeah, having one of those for the winter, I think, is the best thing, especially if you go out to work and stuff, or even if you work from home, putting it on in the morning. You could do so many different variations and putting sweet potato, just any kind of veggies in there, sausage casseroles, beef stews, whatever it is. Again, there's so many recipes and there's so many things on TikTok and Instagram now of like just really cool different ideas. And those are really great for meal prepping as well, because again, you can just make a huge portion of it, either freeze it or just have it for the week, for lunches or dinners or whatever. Or if you haven't got a slow cooker, just make a big batch of something in a big pan or something. Again, make one of those similar kind of meals. So there's so many different ways. It's just changing it up from the salads and just going for like those options instead.
Yeah, absolutely. You can add so many veggies and stuff in that. The fruit, I'm not sure. Could you? Oh, you could make if you have time, you could boil some fruit up. You could make like you could have poached pears or poached apples and stuff if you want something warming. I'm thinking like I don't know.
Or if you like porridge, like even in the winter, I buy frozen blueberries, raspberries, and stuff. You can just heat them up in the microwave or heat them up in a pan. Just pour it on top of your porridge, and
That's
that's
what I
warming.
do with my pancakes.
Yeah, exactly. Or your pancakes, or
Oh, my teeth.
yeah,
I can't deal with frozen. I get brain freeze so bad. I'm like, oh, I like the texture, but I can't eat it. Like, but yeah, like you say, even bang it. Yeah, I always buy frozen fruit. Just when it's cheaper and it doesn't go off, and like, yeah, just frozen
exactly.
strawberries, warm frozen strawberries. I can't do.
No, me neither. They're
That
like all
sounds
soggy and
ridiculous.
weird.
Warm frozen strawberries.
I
But
know what
I've
you mean.
decided,
They're not
I've
nice.
decided, I know, I'm going to save those. I'll keep them in the bag and then I'm going to blend them up and use them for like it'll be a cold breakfast, but we'll leave it on the side for a bit so it warms up a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because the soggy strawberry is not right.
No, that's why I just buy raspberries and blueberries separate, and rather than buying the big bag, because there's all the big strawberries and some of the little currants I'm not a fan of, but it depends on what you like. So,
Mm,
but yeah,
absolutely. And it's good to keep up your fruit and veg as well because like I feel like a lot of people well, we should be taking it anyway, but everyone should take vitamin D. But supplements are probably more important, I suppose, as we come into the winter. Not loads of them, but like a few things like vitamin D because we don't see the sun so much. So making sure we keep our fruit and veg up as we go into the winter by banging it in all those slow cooker meals. That's obviously going to help too. So you don't have to take supplements like pills everywhere and whatever. But I don't know. Do you think any other type of supplements? So definitely go vitamin D or just get a good multivitamin.
yeah. Vitamin D really in this country we should be taking all year round anyway. Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
Yeah.
especially in the winter.
Apart from
Um,
2 weeks. 2 weeks you might get enough.
yeah, maybe 2 weeks. But then if you're working inside and you're not really getting outside, then
Yeah.
still, you might not be actually getting the rewards of the sun. So it depends on what the job is and stuff too. But I use like a spray. It's got like vitamin D and K2. I think it just helps it to like digest, but I just from Amazon. Other supplements, to be honest, I'm not really clued up massively on supplements. That's not something I've kind of trained in, and I've watched a lot of videos and stuff on them, and it's very contradictory on what people say that you should have. Like everywhere says about vitamin D. There's a lot of things about creatine just generally has been really researched, and there's good evidence to say that everyone can benefit really from having creatine.
Absolutely. And I take that and I can tell the difference when I don't take it.
Same. But I just consistently take that all year round.
And magnesium. That's the
And
other one that I would
magnesium,
take.
same. I do that as well. Apart from that, I take no, it's like it's called Premies from Amazon, but it basically just is meant to help with premenstrual, basically just your hormones. But whether it works or not, again, I don't 100% know. I just started taking it, and yeah, sometimes I think it can be a little bit of a placebo effect.
Does that mean it's worked for you if you feel like that?
Yeah, I feel like it has helped, but there's also so many other things in life that go on. Like I've been going through therapy and things like that as well. So it's like, is it that helped or that has helped? Like it's hard to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually that. Other supplements, I'm not too sure. You can always go and get checked and see whether you're deficient in something. Because if you are deficient in something, then potentially you would need that. But I wouldn't want to recommend anything else to people because I'm not qualified to do so.
Absolutely. And we're just obviously saying, well, vitamin D, everyone should have it anyway. But obviously, creatine and magnesium work for both of us, and they are both researched. But obviously, everyone, you've got to do your own research anyway into it because there'll be reasons why people can't take that stuff anyway. So you would have to double check that you can take it. But these are the ones that we take and that we feel like work, right?
Yeah, exactly. But if you aren't sure, like speak to a doctor. Like there's people that are qualified in being able to prescribe supplements and stuff like that. But yeah, be careful because some can have an effect with medication that you're on too. So yeah, just always check with a doctor or something like that if you're unsure.
Absolutely. Another one on, oh, actually, I think both of these were on food, roughly. This one, any tips of getting the right foods to keep germs at bay?
To keep germs at bay.
No, just don't go anywhere. Stay in home. Stay at home. Hibernate. Don't see anyone. Don't talk to anyone. If anyone's ill, tell them to
Yeah,
go
I mean
away.
it's a hard one. Like there's no specific food itself that's going to be like, you know, you're not going to get if you eat 100 pears a day, you're never going to get a cold. Like it's just there's nothing like that. But things like protein, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, they're all good like whole foods. It's better just to get everything that you need so you're not deficient in anything, and that's going to help to keep your immunity up. Obviously, you can still catch something. You're around someone who's got cold or something like that, you might catch it. But eating well, looking after your health, sleeping as well as you can, looking after stress, all the general health stuff is going to help you to keep your immunity up. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think some people are more susceptible to some things more than others. Like if someone has a cough, you can bet your bottom dollar I will pick that up. If someone's got a cold, chances are a bit lower. But I'm obviously just got some sort of weakness when it comes to whatever is in a cough that my body goes, haha, cough, you've got a cough, I want that too, which is annoying. But yeah, so it depends on your body too, doesn't it? And how your body, like say, deals with things. If you've got a lot of stress on, then that's obviously going to lower your immune system and everything's not going to function as much. So keeping those things, like we talked about the pie chart last week. Was it last week? Last week, whenever it was, whatever podcast it was. Yeah, making sure all things on that is probably aligning with what you want to be doing. And yeah, keeping up your fruit and veg, your proteins and stuff. And sleep is just such a massive one. Like potentially we could do a podcast on sleep. Because actually I've got a new watch. I'm going a little bit off topic here, but we'll come back on in a sec. But I've got a new watch and it my last one did the sleep stuff, but this one tells me more about my sleep. And I actually looked at it because I felt rubbish yesterday. And I know my hormones are on a decline, but I had a Domino's pizza because we went round my brother's after I'd played football, and I was so hungry because I don't eat lunch when we play football because we play at 2 o'clock. So I miss a meal anyway, and I was starving. And I had a pizza, and I had a whole pizza and a bit of mum's as well because she had some, and I was like, I'm just so hungry, like. And then my stress in my sleep got up to 28, right? And normally I sit around 17, 18, and I think it should be around 14, 15, like was like good, but it was like 28. And I woke up and I felt horrible. And I was like, do you know what? I think the only thing is that I had that pizza. Like, and yeah, it just made so much of a difference to my sleep. And then I felt rubbish. And then obviously, like I think if that was the case, if someone had come in and they were really ill, I probably would have picked it up because I felt tired and blur and whatever. So my immune system was not functioning on all cylinders. Don't know what I was going to try and say then. So I feel like, yeah, prioritizing your sleep. If you're going to bed and you're feeling tired and you're waking up and you're feeling tired, you got to look at that, like whether it's your sleep or something that's affecting your sleep.
Yeah,
Because that's where we recover the most, right? And our immune system's actually like thanking us.
definitely, definitely. So yeah, I think focus on like your whole foods, your key nutrients, supporting your gut health with like pre and probiotics, like bananas, yogurt, sauerkraut, kombuchas, all of those things. Continue to move, um, moderate your alcohol intake because the more you drink, the more that's going to affect your immune system as well.
Mm.
Sleep, like you said, balancing your stress load, and also remembering your hygiene fundamentals as well. So like washing your hands thoroughly, disinfect, surfaces, all that kind of stuff. If you're around people that are infected with all their germs, just wash your hands and stuff afterwards. Just general stuff like that, really. Um, and then I suppose if you do get sick, again, focus on your nutrition. Um, I
Yeah,
think,
because that's the first thing that goes out the window, right? People then get
yeah,
sick, bothered, and I get it. Can't be bothered, don't want to make anything. You're tired, so you go and get takeaways or you don't eat like you would normally eat, and then that makes you feel even worse.
mm, yeah, definitely. And all those slow cooked meals that you've frozen up, they're great for if you do get sick because you don't even have to
Absolutely.
properly cook them. You just heat them up and they're warm and they're comforting and they make you feel better. So,
Exactly. And that's the
yeah,
thing. I think when you're making those slow cooker meals, make a couple of extra and stick a couple in the freezer. And if you keep doing that every time, you're going to have about 6 or 7 in that freezer, and you got mix and match, and you can just pick out something different. You don't have to have the same thing all week then.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And also, like with exercise, if you are sick, listen to your body. Like, if you're feeling pretty rubbish, don't try and go out for a run. Maybe just go for a nice stroll or something like that. Because if you push yourself even more, your body's going under more stress and it'll take you longer to recover. So, yeah, do that as well, I think.
Absolutely. Okay, last question, and then we'll go through some other things that could help, little tips. I just want to snuggle up and eat, not go out after work. And oh, hang on, let me read that properly. I just want to snuggle up and eat and not go out after work because it's dark. What can I do?
So, I assume they're talking about not wanting to like exercise or do really anything.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a case of like they just want to sit on the sofa and do nothing after work, really.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because it's dark basically now when everyone finishes work, depending on, if we just talk about 9 till 5 people, it like for me and you, because of our hours that we work, like we can go out at lunchtime or, earlier in the day and things like that. Um, so we can kind of fit those things in, but that's not possible for everyone. So if you do usually do a walk in the evening, then yeah, it's really hard to get that motivation, isn't it? Especially if you drive home from work, if that's what you do, or you work from home to get back out when it's dark.
Mm.
Like, yeah, for me, I booked in a workout the other day at 5:15, And I didn't do it because it was dark outside, and I was like, no, I can't be bothered, to be quite frank. So the next week, I booked them all for the morning or lunchtime because I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go out at 5:15. I've got more motivation to go in the morning. So even though it's probably a bit dark in the morning, I feel more energized. So I'm like, I did the 7:15 class or the 12:15 class, which some people might be able to do because that's still morning and lunchtime, isn't it? But yeah, I think it's maybe adapting that. If you really think it's not possible to go out after work, can you do it somewhere else in your day? Um, I don't know if you've got any advice.
I actually did have a conversation with my client the other day, and she was saying about how she won't take the dog out in the evening because she's like, one, there's no street lights, two, I can't see where the dog's pooed and it's just a pain, like, and all this other stuff. And she said, I'm actually getting myself back into the routine of getting up at 6 a.m. and taking him out. And she said, I know it's dark when I first start, but it gets lighter. So
Yeah.
it makes it easier rather than going out in the dark and it's staying dark. She just was like, it just really, I can't. I'd rather get up early and do it. And then I know I can just chill in the evening.
Yeah.
So for her, that works. I mean, the other things potentially you could do is have like a chart, maybe. Like for me, this works. Like I have a visual chart so I can tick things off when I've done it. So like for my goal, like I said, is yoga. I've got it in my gym. I've got my aim is 3 months to do yoga every day. And I've just been ticking it every day so I can see those ticks. Because when I see those ticks, I'm like, cool, yeah, look how much I've done. Like this is really good. I feel motivated. Like, and it gives me that more it gives me that motivation. And there's been a lot of times where I'm like, oh God, like I try and do it in the afternoon or the morning. Well, that doesn't always work. And I'm like, oh no, like I haven't done my yoga yet. I'm like, oh, I can do it before bed. It's fine. I can do like a 15-minute one, a 10-minute one. I can do a bedtime yoga. Like it's fine. It doesn't matter that it's dark outside. I can still do it. Because like you say, trying to motivate yourself to do workouts in the evening, I only do them because I go to things like football or whatever, so I have to. But normally when I don't have that, I'm like, oh God, I can't be bothered. But I find that this chart helps me because I'm like, oh, I want to tick it off.
Mm,
So you could
yeah.
have something like that to motivate you because then maybe you can get it in before or after work. Like you don't always have to do workouts after work. If you can't, if you don't want to, can you schedule it in somewhere else? Like you say, not everyone can, and that's fine, but potentially look at that. Um, yeah. Otherwise, plan to do more stuff at weekends, maybe bigger
Yeah.
activity weekends.
Yeah. Definitely. In the
Have a couple
daytime.
of have a couple of days off in the week and make your Saturday and Sunday do the workouts in if you do workouts, say it is, do maybe one evening, say a Tuesday, and then make your other ones or a Wednesday, and then make your other two the Saturday and Sunday, and don't worry about the rest of the week, you know?
Mm, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because I think what you said is really great, and if that works, it's finding what works for you, isn't it? Because that wouldn't
Yeah.
work for me. Like if I just take it off, I still wouldn't do it. Like the evenings for me, I just wouldn't. Like that ticking for me in the morning would be different. I'm like, okay, yeah, because that's I just prefer to do it in the morning. So if you really think there's nothing that can motivate you in the evening, which I'm here for that, I totally get that. Like you say, go for the weekend, do something at the weekends. Um, yeah, or try and adjust your day a little bit. If you work from home, you've got half an hour at lunchtime. Could you do that? Like just trying to figure out your day differently, just
Mm.
whilst it's darker.
I also spoke to another girl the other day, and she said she would lay in bed all day if she had the opportunity to. She's like, I just, I'm always late for stuff because I'm just chill. Like she says what she does, and I've never had anyone do this before, but she sets an alarm and she sees how much she can get done before that alarm goes off.
Hmm, that's a good idea. Yeah,
It makes her do stuff. She's
I've heard
like,
a lot of people like do like right. I need to clean. I'll set a timer for an hour, and I'll just clean as much as I can in an hour. That
mm,
kind of thing.
yeah. But I think I mean, you could set that up at any time, couldn't you? You could be like,
Hmm.
right, minutes, boom, see what I can do. Because sometimes you just need that start. Once you've
Yeah,
started, you're like, oh, okay, I'm cool now. I've got the motivation, I've got the energy because I've not been sat down for like 3 hours or whatever it's been. Like you just need a bit of a push. And she finds for her, again, something that works for her is to set an alarm, and she'll be like, right, I've got to get out the door before that time, or I've got to do this before this, and I can't hear that, like I've got to do it before that alarm. And then she does it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. It's a good idea.
Absolutely. Anything else? Set realistic goals. If they're not obviously like anything, I suppose, really. Like it's always got to be realistic, isn't it? Because if you're going for something too wild, isn't going to happen. You need to break things down. Like yeah, like you could do the alarm one, set a goal for 10 minutes, see how many steps you can get in 10 minutes, see how many, I don't know, can you, I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. But yeah, indoor activities, this one I like actually, like having a dance party for one, right? So like if you're feeling low in energy and you like dancing and stuff, I know a lot of the girls in my 8 week challenge, they love it when I put a dance one in. Obviously some don't, but she's like it, like you could put on your favorite song, like, and just like even if you don't get up and dance to start with, you might just start bopping along. You might just find actually, oh, I want to get up now, feel a bit more motivated because you've got something happy and like lively on. Like I sent you the playlist the other day, that dance playlist. I was like, right, I need to get some work done, but like motivation levels was low, and I banged it on, and I was like, yeah, right, got the juices flowing, like blood's pumping, this is good, like, and I just banged out so much work because I felt like the tempo and the beat really got me like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So even if you did something like that, just put your favorite song on and just have a bit of a dance and a sing. That'll make you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very true. It's very
It doesn't
true.
have to be anything like intense, does it?
No. No. Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it is difficult in the winter, and it's just finding your flow and what you prefer doing, like we said. So going over it again, like picking something that you like to do, so you're more motivated. Tick things off a sheet if that helps you, something visual. If it doesn't, try and plan a new workout when you know you're going to be able to do it, like rather than waiting to the end of the day, because a lot of people will not do it like when it gets to that time. Maybe changing your goals,
Yeah.
changing your priorities, still eating really good foods, but like having things like chilies, slow cooker stews, like making all those meals where then you've got meal prep and then you don't have to think about doing a few extra meals another time in the week. Yeah, I think it's a really good topic, but there's also loads of things you can do.
Yeah, there is. There is. And all those little things will help for sure. And it's just as easy, really, to like throw together a slow cooker meal as it is to throw together a big salad, you know? So it's not too much more difficult. And just make things easy for yourself. Like if you don't want to be cutting up vegetables, buy frozen ones or buy ones already chopped. Like if you can do, if that makes life easier, just make life as easy as possible. That's what I say. Because the more difficult things are, the more we put them off and don't want to do stuff. So yeah, just
Absolutely.
you can even
I
buy like
actually I didn't realize how cheap frozen peppers were compared to peppers. I was like, what am I been doing? Why do I not just buy frozen peppers? Like they're a pound and like fresh peppers are like nearly two. I'm like,
yeah,
what? I had no idea. Now I'm always going to buy frozen peppers because it's easy.
yeah. I always buy frozen onions because who wants to
Absolutely.
be chopping up onions and your eyes hurt and streaming and then your fingers smell and all of that when you can just cut the bag open and throw them into a pan and they taste just as good. Like, yeah, this is a whole other subject, but frozen food is just as good for you. And actually, they're frozen at like when they're most fresh, so all of the nutrients are locked in. Whereas as the fresh one, they start to lose nutrients over time. So actually, frozen stuff can sometimes even be better for you. So
Absolutely.
never be scared to have the frozen stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Bang that in. Yeah, no, I definitely do. Find it,
Mm.
yes, easier. It's just remembering sometimes to get things out of the freezer if I need to get it out in advance. But most of the time, I just bang it in a bowl and put it in the microwave and then it
Mm.
frosts.
Yeah,
Quick and easy. But yes. Yeah, make life easy for yourself.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. So much easier to stay on track that way.
Mm, I agree. Absolutely. Have we got anything else? Any other tips anymore? Anything else we can think of?
Mm, I'm trying to think. I suppose maybe in the winter, if you do join a gym, join it with someone. If both of you, like you and your friend, are used to going outside, doing stuff, like join with someone and go at the weekends together or go in the mornings together or whenever you want to keep yourself accountable. Because I know for myself, like if you know you've got to meet someone there, you're less likely to cancel if you're going with them than when you're on your own. So maybe the winter is for doing combat, twice a week rather than going out for runs or something like that. So yeah, maybe that's another idea as well. Just like get a bit of a support buddy to go and do
Yes,
these things with.
absolutely. And if you enjoy walking in the evenings, have your accountability buddy to go with you because then you've got someone in the evenings to go out with,
Mm,
like, and then you feel like you're walking on your own in the dark. But again, like you say, just to keep you motivated and you can just both go to each other. Yeah, come on, let's go out. Like, because yeah, you're less likely to flake on someone rather than yourself, which is really sad because we should stay committed to ourselves because it's us. Like, you want to live longer, you want to, have a happy, prosperous life. Well, I don't know where that come from. Anyway, yeah, and you should stay committed to yourself because you want to be here and live a nicer life. But a lot of the time, we do just say, "No, we're not doing it."
yeah, yeah. That's just human nature.
Indeed. Well, and get the hot chocolates in actually. The warm, cozy nights with the hot chocolate. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I was good at making hot chocolates. Like, when you go out sometimes and you get really good ones. I'm like, wish I could make one like that.
Or maybe one last thing. It's just if you're trying to lose weight, say, maybe just think the weight loss might be a bit slower, or maybe just go for maintenance over the most difficult months. Because if you can't move as much just due to the logistics of things, and usually we do eat that little bit more because we want to be comforted, and there are hot chocolates and things out there, and Christmas is coming, and that's more tricky. Just kind of, yeah, go for more of a maintenance goal. And then once it starts to get lighter, you can adjust those goals again and go start to lose weight a little bit. Just an
Yeah.
idea.
I think that's the hardest thing people struggle with, though, isn't it? Staying at maintenance, of staying at a certain point, but you
Mm,
can't ever be in a deficit. You can't forever lose weight. Like, you can't always, like, you've
no,
got to be okay with being in that middle area of where you probably don't move, but that is probably a good baseline for you to be like, right, cool, I'm fine with this. But a lot of
mm,
people aren't. And that's why things either skyrocket or they drop too much, like one way or the other, because
yeah,
all or nothing. But be
yeah,
okay with being in that middle bit. There's nothing wrong with being at maintenance or
no,
being with what your body needs for that, that season, that time in your life, whenever it is.
exactly. Very true, very true.
There we go. I think that's everything.
I think that is. I think we've covered
I think
everything that we can.
absolutely.
Um,
It's getting dark now. I'm gonna have to shut my curtains soon.
I know, I'm going to turn my light on in here soon. Crazy.
It's nearly half three.
Mental.
That's it, hibernating. Actually, I had a client conversation with her the other day, and she was saying how humans should hibernate, like how we should go with the winter months and stuff, and like it's good for your body to like use these months to like prioritize self-care and rejuvenation and stuff. And then
Love that.
obviously when it starts getting lighter and stuff, come out more and do more stuff and that. So I thought that was quite a nice way of looking at it, like in terms of like your goals and things, prioritize your self-care and what you need to do and what you feel is best for you. That doesn't mean just sitting on the sofa and doing nothing, because for some people that is self-care because they do too much. Like other people, that might look like, I don't know, having baths or focusing on something arty if they like doing arts and crafts. Like use your brain in some other way rather than just the same thing all the time. It gives you time to, yeah, change up different things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, we'll wrap it up there for today. I hope we've given you some good tips, and yeah, be back for another one soon.
Absolutely. Again, if you've got any questions, either send it to either Emma or I. I don't know what I was going to say then. Emma or I on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever, or just email us at contactempoweryoufitness@gmail.com.
Yeah. Got it right. Got it right. Awesome. All right. See you later, guys.
And also, if you enjoy our podcasts, send them to your friends to listen to too.
Yes, do. What are the upwards to say? Like, share, subscribe,
Follow. Do it all.
follow. Do it all. Give us a 5-star rating.
Absolutely.